of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I just couldn't so excited.
Item 2, agenda additions and deletions. We have none. At this time, invitations to members of the audience to speak to items on the agenda. Okay, seeing none. Communications, which we have none, and then we'll move right into the 2024 bus replacement plan hearing. At this time, the board will convene in the bus replacement hearing. So,
Anything to say about bus replacement?
do you have anything to? I mean, we all got,
The bus replacement plan.
So, does anyone have any questions?
The only thing I will say is if we stay at around 36 buses, including our activities buses, because of the age, we're gonna have to replace around 3 a year to stay current and on pace with the state standards.
I know it shows 2 next year, which is probably what we're gonna have to do
Right.
financially.
Okay.
But it's just gonna be going forward. That's probably gonna shift a little bit.
In
with the plan.
26 or?
Yeah, it's probably gonna shift a little bit to make sure we're staying with the state standards and stuff. So that and to kind of even it back out too, because I think there's a couple of years where it's like 4 buses or something on there. That's gonna be financially a mess.
Right.
Too.
Yeah.
And looking ahead,
so
past 2027, which I think is where we took the bus replacement plan to, right, Jamesy?
yeah.
There were years where they replaced 5 or 6 buses at a time, and I'm not sure how they did that financially.
But just based on the age of the buses, that's you can finance buses. So we might have to start being a little creative too with replacing those 2 down the line. But we're hoping to get it more evened out. We've talked a little bit about evening those back out. So we're not buying that many
All hit
buses
at
at one
once.
time because that's
Yeah.
insane. So from a budget perspective, so
Well, and if we turn around and auction the buses, we get about twice as much as what we would for a trade-in. Because the style and brand of buses that we have, the actual trade-in value on them is only around $500 to $1,000. So, and we average out at about $3,000 a bus auctioning them. So, and we can get a little creative on that too. Because of the mileage on some, we can look at selling engines and transmissions out of them, which we can get more money for, and then scrapping the rest. So,
Okay.
we'll get creative.
All right.
Yep.
At this time, the board will invite members of the audience to speak items regarding the bus replacement hearing. Okay. Hearing none, I would entertain a motion to adjourn the bus replacement hearing.
So moved.
Second.
We got a motion and a second. All in favor? Motion carries. That convenes that bus replacement hearing. We'll move on to capital projects. At this time, the board will convene the capital projects hearing. You guys all got the capital projects as well. Is there any questions? Does anyone have any questions for Jamesy? Okay.
all tied back to the budget lines. So that's where all those numbers came from. Was from the budget.
Just coming off of a bond too,
Mhm.
building bonds, so that kind of helps as well. So the board will invite members of the audience to speak to items regarding the capital projects at this time. Okay, seeing none, I entertain a motion to adjourn the capital projects hearing.
So moved.
Second.
Got a motion and a second, all in favor? Motion carries, capital projects adjourned. We'll move right into reports.
Okay.
I do not have a Lakeland by the numbers report since this is the second meeting of the month, and I already reported where we were on numbers, and those haven't changed much, and I'll be reporting them to you again soon. So we'll start with school improvement plans. The Lakeland Junior Senior High School Improvement Plan, we have 3 goals. That by the end of the 23-24 school year, junior senior high attendance rate will increase by 5% from where it currently is. By the end of the 23-24 school year, 90% of the class of 2027 will be on diploma track. And the junior senior high school building will outperform the state average of statewide tests for the appropriate grade level within 3 years. Those are the 3 goals that the junior senior high team has set. Lakeland Intermediate is looking at their overall proficiency as measured by iLearn. Those test scores will increase by 8% on English language arts in 1 year and 5% each year after. These are 3-year school improvement plans normally. Overall school proficiency as measured by iLearn state standardized tests will increase by 5% on the math portion of the test in year 1 and 5% each year after. Got a typo in there, sorry. The overall English language arts learner proficiency, so these are EL students as measured by the iLearn state standardized test, will increase by 10% on the English language arts and math portions of the test in year 1 and then 10% each year after. And then we have Lakeland Primary. Kindergarten and first grade students at Lakeland Primary will become proficient readers and writers. That is the goal. 30% or less of the K through 1 students will score in the low or low average range on the spring 2023 NWEA. Should that be 2024? Oops. Spring 2024 NWEA test in the area of reading foundations. Second grade students will become proficient in computation. 70% of Lakeland Primary School's second graders will perform in the average, and high range in the area of computation as measured by the spring NWEA math test. And the final goal is that they will continue the school's chronic absentee rate remaining under 10% or less with their kindergarten through second grade students. The state average chronic absentee rate was 21.1% for the 21-22 school year, so we would like to be under 10%. Those are the 3 school improvement plan goals. I don't believe that you need to take any action on school improvement plans. It's just an acknowledgement that they have been turned in.
That's my next question.
All right, next, bless you, is our CTE report, and Tammy Maxey couldn't be here tonight because she is taking a class on Wednesdays. So she offered up some information to me that we are offering career and technical education classes in the fields of business, both finance and marketing, building trades, dental careers, entrepreneurship, K-12 education, early childhood education, family and consumer sciences, and Project Lead the Way engineering. She did not put entrepreneurship on there, but I would consider that a CTE program also.
It's second,
Is it?
third item.
Oh, okay, I didn't remember saying that, or I didn't read it, my bad. Dental careers, an update there. LaGrange Family Dentistry is working to establish a scholarship for students interested in the dental profession. We have partnered with them for our Dental Careers Academy, so it's good to hear that. We are currently still waiting for the Henry Schein Corporation to come in and reinstall the dental chairs in Dr. Nelson's old office that we are using. But other than that, that clinic is all cleaned up and ready to go. The Entrepreneurship Academy will be launching their business, which is called Anchor Essentials. That will be launching soon. The business plan was created by last year's class, and this year's class will be implementing it, and the equipment for that was funded through a DECO grant. Buildings Trades is making headway on a house for Mrs. Brittany Cowley. Students are using Builder Trends software to record progress, materials used, just like the major home builders do. So it's just like they're out in the field. And then Project Lead the Way Engineering covers the following areas: robotics, introduction to engineering and design, digital electronics, civil engineering and architecture, and principles of engineering. A lot of ground. She also has a really great CTE newsletter that she didn't want shared publicly yet because she's going to push it out, but I did email that to you this afternoon, so you can look at that. Okay, and then it's gym update time. So I am sharing some of the goodies from what we're going to be doing in the gym. Kyle Kiefaber is our design architect on this. He was unable to be at our meeting tonight, but we wanted to show you some of the things that will be going in there. So we will have some all sports banners that will look like that. You can see some of the wall graphics. One of the things that I think we're gonna do that's pretty unique is currently we have NECC banners that have all the school colors on them. There will be no colors in our gym but our school colors. So all of our NECC banners will be gray and white. So that when you walk in, that gym will be all Lakeland all the time. So I will tell you, this is not the floor design. This is just a sample floor. The floor design has not been finalized in any way, shape, or form. I think we still have somewhere between 4 and 6 different floors that we keep looking at until we're cross-eyed. I've included these slides to show you the plan for the paint. So the walls that you are seeing is what the plan is. You can see the banners, the gray banners up at the top. The ceiling will be painted a kind of a navy grayish blue called Anchors Away. When I heard the name of the color, I knew it was meant to be. So the ceiling will be Anchors Away, and then you can see the walls will be a white. And then we will have some graphics on there with the shipyard, I believe. Is the shipyard also going to be the Anchors Away color? Do you remember, Ryan?
I think it's just black.
Is it just black?
I think so. I think it's black.
So
We
that
could probably still change that.
Right.
If we wanted that to match.
so that is one view. And here is a view of a side wall. So just to give you an example of what is happening in the gym, I believe painting. Has it started or is it getting started soon?
Yeah, it started today.
Started
Well,
today, okay.
Painting prep. started
Painting
today.
prep, yes, there's a lot
They
of prep
spent
to
the
be done.
entire day taping things, covering things in plastic. That might take 2 days actually, and then they'll start painting. It's supposed to be 2 to 3 weeks. So they started today. All the lighting is installed, and the company stopped in today to show us how to program it, how to adjust the levels of the lights because they're all dimmable. You put them at 100%, it's bright. I don't know if any of you have seen it, but
I have not, but I
It's-
can only imagine.
it's very bright. So if you throw a volleyball up there and you try to hit it, you might have some trouble. But they're all dimmable and they're all programmable, so we worked on that some today. So they do look great though. I mean, we had them at 75% for the basketball scrimmage last night, and it looked awesome. And you could see all the flaws on the wall, which wasn't great.
Even on the
But-
floor, you can see a lot more flaws on it.
You
That's
can,
what they're doing there. It's like,
you
oh
can.
man, I didn't realize this.
Yeah, you can. You see all the flaws, but the lighting is really nice.
It's gonna get probably brighter when you get the new floor in too.
New floor and a white wall
White
instead
wall,
of blue. So it's nice that we got the dimmer package that all that can be adjusted.
Can you dim the one, just each section? Or- Because
You
like
can-
behind, underneath, or by the bleachers,
You
dim those?
you can dim them in rows,
Okay.
north to south. So yeah, like the rows over the court can be brighter. You can
Right.
dim the bleacher rows.
And when their offense is going this way, we can brighten those up.
Oh, yeah.
Like it?
We'll just have somebody in that closet the whole game.
Yeah.
That's about-
There you go, Sam. You know what you're doing.
I don't have a picture of it up here, but we also, the flag was delivered and installed
It
this week.
was. Yeah, we don't want any
So-
pictures of that until
Yeah,
we use it.
We're
the
not
first
showing
game.
anybody that,
It's
but we should win some
big.
kind of patriotism
pretty
awards.
impressive.
So. It's gonna be pretty cool. Quite a show place.
The American flag,
Yes.
Mhm.
what about the other flags that were part of the?
Like the state flag and the Lakeland flag. We should probably make a new Lakeland flag because that still has old stuff on it, so we'd have to redesign one of those. But
There's gonna be a lot of Lakeland in there.
yeah, for sure.
But we shouldn't have a state.
Is the committee gonna meet about this?
So the plan,
Yeah.
not the paint colors and things like that, but the plan is we are going to recall our branding committee together. I think our administration committee for the gym floor project is gonna meet another time to try and narrow down the number of floors to choose from. And then we're gonna call the branding committee together and we would like them to narrow it down to 2. And at that point, we would like to show those 2 floors at a basketball game or 2. and get some public input on those before a final choice is done. And then the floor replacement is scheduled to start right after boys basketball season ends.
The issue there is the bid process.
Yes, we do have to go through a bid process because of the cost of replacing the floor, so we are planning to start that bid process right away.
And once again, the reason we're replacing the floor, we only have one more sanding left.
Correct.
We already got water damage in the one end, so it's just better to start fresh and go from there. And plus, if we repainted it, one sanding, we'd be doing this again in 8 years or so.
The banners for the other schools, will they be on the same wall as the Lakeland Lakers, or will they be on the opposite wall?
They hang from the ceiling on the same wall as we're looking at right now.
They're hanging.
Yeah, it's different than most schools you would see. Like, they actually hang from the rafters in his design, so when you first walk into the gym, if you're on the north end of the gym there, and you look along the wall, you'd be able to read them all. But if you're sitting over in the stands, you're actually seeing the side of them.
I like it.
So they're not on the wall at all?
They're not on the
They're
wall,
on the
they're hanging from a rafter.
And it's more college look.
Which is what he does. He designs.
And we can hang our state finals flags.
That is superintendent's report.
Thank you very much. The only thing I wanted to report on today was, the board listening tour that we've been doing. We had, our second stop, that was at Woket Mills a few Saturdays ago. We had 2 people in attendance at that. The board is going to have another, meeting, stop at this location, the Corp office, November 18th at 9 a.m. So that will be our 3rd stop on the board listening tour. And hopefully we have a few different people than the same 2 people that have been coming to all of them.
November 19th.
November 18th. November 18th.
December.
November.
November.
Yep.
We all